Hey everybody, welcome back. Episode 20. 20! Got a couple things I'm doing now. January 19th today, we're in the season, thick of it. If you hear the soundtrack, I'm doing a soundtrack now. Can't see it. Can you see it? Concrete Blonde cassette. It's going right now. So anyway, that's in the background if you're wondering was Bloodletting. Concrete Blonde Bloodletting is going. Pulling out some old tapes. And I got a special guest. I'm going to move over here so you can see my guest. Diana Dahlgren, for all your Supercross guys, if you know her, she's going to just hang out and watch me wax here. Again, we're in the season. 2 weekends at a local hill I'm at, Dagmar. And I've been snowboarding quite a bit. Went out on Friday. We had a big storm here on Thursday. Went out on Friday. Rode for fun by myself. And ran into some guys all around my age. And we rode for a while, so made some new friends. It was fun. Good talking to them. Interesting. One guy named James. Shout out to James if you're ever following me. He 49. And he divorced, lost 60 pounds. I guess he's about 5'10", 5'11". And his kids are off in university now, so he's like, well, I'm gonna snowboard more. So that was a Friday afternoon. I ran into him and I rode with him, and it was fun just talking to him and meeting a new friend out there. And we're on the lift, and this other guy's like, I'm 58 and divorced, and I'm riding. I'm like, wow, good for you. So it was 3 guys around 50 years old hanging out in the chairlift on a Friday afternoon. And snow was really good. Not fast, but it was good because of all the storm we had on the Thursday. I think we got like probably 30, 40 centimeters on the Thursday. So it worked out really nice. Friday, when I was there, Friday was it's pretty cool, but as in cold temperature. So, worked out well. Not really sunny, but it's a good day. So, I figured I'd wax my boards today. I did the factory wax. You can look at that past episode whatever date that was. It was November, December I did it, and I haven't done it since, so it's good to go. But on Saturday, so it was Friday, I went by myself. Got my knees a little tired. But anyway, Saturday, I skied. A lot of people hadn't seen me ski, which I thought was hilarious. And they were like, holy crap. And I'm like, yeah, man, I can still ski. Skiing's easy compared to snowboarding. But anyway, so I skied a lot. I had my ski boots on from about 9 to 5:30. So needless to say, my calves were pretty tired. And skiing, I hadn't skied not much last year, so I only got 1 day this year. But yeah, I had a couple moments when I was tipping inside, but whatever, it was still fun. It was a good day to ski because it got a little cooler and it was a little harder. Anyway, so I did that, and I was talking to I've mentioned Kyle before. Kyle's a really good snowboarder, and he's duckfoot. So I had a conversation with him about being duckfoot, and I was watching a couple of YouTube videos, like you guys are now. And this guy, I should give him credit, but I'm not gonna just borrow from everybody. He said, and I agree with him, if you're duckfoot, your hips are totally in line with the board if you're duckfoot, which means feet out, ouch, feet out that way. He says you will never be able to do, not never be able to do, but you won't be able to carve very well because when you flex, you have to sit down. If your hips are turned just a bit, rotated a bit, then you go down. So he says if your back foot is duck foot, it's not physically possible to turn your hips because your foot's going to be going that way and your hips are going to be turning this way. So he says you won't be able to do it. You won't be able to get, you're not going down on the board, you're sitting if you're duck foot. And I was like, I knew it, but I didn't know how to explain it. So I lent Kyle a board, and I said, okay, you got other bindings? He said, yes. I said, okay, mount that not as duck foot in the back foot. Like, I think he's 15-15. I said, if you want to carve, just carve around this board. I go, turn it a bit. Like, you don't necessarily have to go too far, or neutral, or posy as it's called. I go, but give me something, man. I go, come out of this 12, go to like the front foot 12, back foot 3. Give me something so you can get your hips turned a little bit, because he says, oh, I want to free ride and carve more, because he's got his park board stuff. So I'm like, just try it, man. That's all you can do is say, just try it. And then you have 2 different boards for 2 different applications. Guys will get stuck in their stance. Like, you say, hey, Rob, your stance is whatever it is. And I'm like, yeah, but I still, like, I ride fakie and I can go in the park and it's like a universal all mountain stance that I have. But it doesn't necessarily really limit me to ride the whole mountain. But if you're duck foot, I think it's gonna limit you. That's, again, my opinion. Opinions vary and stuff. So anyway, hopefully Kyle sees this and just goes, all right, Rob, I'll give it to you. Give me a little bit, and we'll go out and ride and we'll try it and whatever. It's just trial and error before the season gets too long and you get too used to having the big duck stance. Again, I will always say to anybody, your stance is your stance. But if you just went duck because somebody told you, that's where I have the issue. Some guy at a shop told you who's snowboards, he thinks he snowboarded once or twice in his life and never took a lesson, and he's giving you advice because he's apparently the expert that works at a shop. I don't necessarily agree with that. Everybody's built differently. Your stance is your stance. I will always say that. I can't tell you what to do. I can recommend, if you want to carve, to not be duck. And I'm not talking, the term carve means like a needle line, your board is on edge, it's leaving a needle line carve in the snow, not turn. Turn is a different conversation. Turn means you're changing the direction of the board. Carve is a type of turn. It's pure, you're on the edge, that board's leaving the thing, you got to balance it with speed, it's harder to do. So give me that. As we're waxing this board, you see me pause in the middle. I'm still doing where the bindings are, the inserts, it's pulled it down so it's left a little dent. I've never been able to get away from it, so I just tip the iron on its tip it a little bit so I can get in there. That's when you see me go slow across. Not that I need a lot of wax in the middle, I need it on the edges, but on the inches. I covered that in another one. I got a little bit of base burn on this one, just on the edges from an icy day. So that's about that. I'm gonna make this a 2-step video here. I'll sync it together. I want this to thing, and I'll scrape and I'll carry on with conversation. But I also lent Gavin, shout out to Gavin, funny kid, 19, funny guy. I lent him a board as well. That black one I waxed, I lent him that, and he's excited to ride that. He hasn't done it yet. These guys, everybody's busy. They got a life and girls and stuff, and they have it out and they're hanging out in the park. So we'll go from there. So hold that thought. I'll be back. All right, 20 and a half. Yeah. Still going concrete blend. I let the board cool down, so I'm going to scrape it now. That's all. Scraper. I should be more organized. I think I've said that a couple of times. What the hell's my scraper? Really? Oh, there's... It's right where I left it. Sorry, guys. Probably too loud. All right, I'm back. Okay. We're also going to talk about... Oh, yeah. I'm dealing with a lot of parents. That's my job, supervisor, deal with the parents and stuff like that. So if anybody's got kids and stuff, fascinating what it's millennials having kids now, so they're younger generation, and millennials are what they are. I hope they're doing a better job than their kids that their parents did with them. But anyway, there's groups, and it's the first day back, and the kids have grown. Like, they went from 6 to 7 or 7, 8 years old. They grew a bit. Take it easy on them. They're little kids. They want to have fun. Parents are like, well, my kid's, he skied everywhere. He skied in Whistler and he skis all the Black Diamonds and this. And I'm like, yeah, man, but he's 7. He's snow plowing. Or, well, my son doesn't snow plow anymore. I'm like, yeah, but he's 7. Like, skiing is it's easy to learn but difficult to get good at. I've said that 100 times to people, and I'll keep saying it again. I was, I took my levels in the 80s and 90s, and I went up and had some disappointments and had some success with my courses and stuff. Man, it's the elite of the elite are expert skiers. Most people, like 95% of people, are intermediate skiers, and snowboarders for that fact. If these parents are thinking their kids are, a Dagmar, they think, oh, he's the best skier in the hill. I'm like, dude, 7 or 8 years old. If the instructor is having fun with them, I don't care what they're doing. Doing 360s on the snow, like just spinning around and doing stuff like that, they're learning how to use their edges better. Like, the instructor's got a plan, and just everybody's just got to lighten up. It's skiing. I've said that a whole bunch of times. Kyle, when Kyle made that the instructor video, I said it in that too. I said, look, it's just sliding around on hill. Like, you get to a point you can get as technical as you want, but like, I took a big chunk of time off from being a ski instructor from like 2001 to like 20 years. I took 20 years off just for me, because I'm sure in every sport, horseback riding or hockey or whatever, the politics of it will kill it. Like, it's supposed to be fun. Like, you're just sliding down a hill. So, if you're parents and you're dead serious about it, and you're pushing your kid, and he's that young and stuff, like, I can tell you right now, he's not going to want to do it. That's just how it goes. I'm the only one in my family who pursued skiing. My father skied when he was young, and my sister skied a little bit, but we're talking just recreational. I had no influence. I just wanted to do it. If you have a passion for it, you're going to want to do it. If you don't, you're just going to go recreational with your friends. Ignore that. If you're just going to go recreational with your friends, Diana, that's it. Don't be serious. Just enjoy the trip, enjoy the day, and have fun. And it is what it is. But I don't know. It's an issue with parents and little kids. It's like, a lot of parents are awesome, but you always remember the exceptions. Most parents just drop their kid and say, go at it, have fun. Did you have fun? Yeah, awesome. That's what it should be. So anyway, that's my rant and rave about parents. Any instructors who read that will agree with me. Helicopter parents and all that jazz are hanging out watching their kids the whole time. I've even seen parents skiing behind the group and listening to everything the instructor said, and I'm like, that's the instructor's, like, he's probably a new instructor or whatever. I would just tell them to go away, but I'm older as an instructor, and I have the balls to do that. But it's just like, it's painful. Like, the director and myself, we just tell the parents, go have a coffee, go up and thing, get out of sight. And so the kid's not paying attention. So that's another thing too. Anybody who wants to go out. Another thing too is, I see a lot of people teaching their friends and their girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever they're teaching each other. It's a tough one too. It can work, but most times it doesn't, because there's not a professional thing there. So, instructor's point of view, take a lesson. Yeah, it's $100 and some odd bucks for an hour. You'll learn more in that hour than you will 10 hours with a loved one in some way, shape, or form. So that's just a tip on that. A little bit of a rant and rave on episode 20.5, but that's wax. You've seen me do it a couple times in past videos. This is just my Scotch-Brite again, or whatever you want to call it, burial pad or whatever. I'm just going tip to tail. I've got a little pile of wax up here, but I just rub it off. I don't care. But this is looking good. There's a little bit of damage on here. Can't be helped. I got a little nick on this one, about an inch from the edge, probably from getting on the lift. It's probably something on the ramp, the loading ramp or something. I don't know, whatever. They're sliding around all the time. It doesn't look like a high-speed rock or something like that. So anyway, this board's been nice, same as the other one. Again, I'd like to thank Scotty for hooking Ski with Robbie up. There's ride upside down and backwards. Let's try it this way. So it's just backwards. Anyway, Berserker model, good product. Got it right there. Other than that, that's quick wax. Little update. Weather's been good. January 19th, rocking and rolling. Try to get another special guest sometime. Other than that, hope you enjoyed Concrete Blonde, and we will. And Diana did. She enjoyed it. I know you can't really see her right now because of this deep AI thing. There she is. All right. Later, bye.